Hello, 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 everyone. Thank you for tuning in. I am Jaylee. This is JayLeesCorner. And happy Sunday, y'all. Happy Sunday. Yeah, I was up earlier and I took a nap and I woke up at 3 o'clock. Okay. I dozed off at like 1:30 and I woke up and it was 3. So, you know what I'm saying? My voice may sound like I just woke up because I kind of did. Okay. I woke up from my little nap on this little Sunday. Okay. However, I hope everybody having a great day today. Okay, we're going to get ready for the work week that starts tomorrow. Okay, but a good time will be had anyway it go because that's what we do around here. Now, thank y'all for being here for this live. I was almost going to do this as it's a premiere and not do a live, but I said, girl, go ahead and do a live. Okay, do it live to get it over with and then, finish out other things. Now, look, I will also be live today at 5:30 for Love and Marriage Huntsville. Okay, that's in about 2 hours. So we live right now for Love at the Lockup, but at 5:30 I'll be live to do Love and Marriage Huntsville or whatever. Okay, but let's get into what we had to get into. Okay, we not waiting no 10 minutes. We're gonna get it done. Okay, now look, first things first, if you have not done so already, take a little moment. Okay, take a little moment and subscribe to my channel. Become a whole JayBird, don, because it's the thing to do. Also, please like the video. Liking the video really helps get it promoted here, there, and everywhere. So you should be sure to to like the video. Also, like to share the video too. Okay, that's the thing to do. Comment in the comment section. Follow me on social media at JayLeesCorner on IG, Twitter, and TikTok at the top. Now I'm here looking real simple. Hey, all I had to do was put my hair up in a ponytail and then put on my sweatshirt and leave it be. No, bare face and all. Okay, don't judge me. Judge your mamas and your daddies, uncles, aunties, grandmas, whatever else. But don't judge me. Don't do that. Don't do that at all. Okay, but thank y'all for those who are there. I know a lot. Look. I know this may not be people's favorite show, but I like reviewing it. Okay, I'm also thinking a new season of 90 Day Fiance is coming, and I might review that. I think it comes out like next week, so I may do that. Now, that will probably not be no live. That will just be a premiere video to do. But I want to, get back into reviewing these weird shows that we can crack jokes about or whatever, because life should be funny. Anyway, hey y'all, how y'all doing? How y'all doing? How y'all doing? Hello, 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 hello. No, I was a little bit late. A little bit late, okay? But we are here together. And hi to everyone. Thank y'all for being here for live. But let's get into. So we had a new couple. Was it a new couple this time? Wait a minute first, okay? Where they at? Let me see where they at though. Where they at though? Because I'll be forgetting. So this season of drama after prison, it should be called drama after prison. Okay, it should not be called love after lockup. It should be called drama after prison because that's what keeps happening to people. Okay, because that's what it is. So we have Chelsea and Mikey. Now Chelsea happens to be, deaf. So it's. I don't want to sound mean. I don't want to sound mean at all, but like I'm not an ableist either because I know they say if you talk about something that somebody else can't do, you're being ableist. I just wish they had an interpreter for Chelsea just because I feel like I have to like watch her scenes. I can't like sometimes be like typing. I have to look at the screen, okay? And I just feel like sometimes that makes me aggravate. So sometimes I wish they would have like an interpreter, when she's signing, someone saying what she's signing, because sometimes I don't feel like reading. And that ain't against her, that's against production. Okay. I'm not saying she has to get an interpreter. I'm saying y'all can't put some leave that be. Anyway, so we know Mikey, did I check? Mikey out of jail now. Okay. He's out. I forgot to change his name. Mikey's out. I didn't take out the background, and that's aggravating me, but it's fine. So this man out of jail right now. He here. Now, I mean, he seemed like he liked that lady. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, that be. But this is the day before he was getting out at first. Okay, she's talking or whatever, and she's like, "Look, I hope he'll be a good father to my kids, a father figure to my kids, especially my youngest son, because my oldest two kids, like they got their dad in their life, okay, but my youngest don't, okay, and I want him, to be a father figure. I don't want anybody who I don't know who's freshly out of prison to be a parental figure to my child. They not even a boyfriend to me yet. Like how you want him to be a father figure to your children if he has not been a boyfriend or fiance or whatever, if they have not been something to you first. It's weird. I don't know why people think that, you know what I'm saying? It's girl, I don't know. Whatever, okay. But she did say if her kids don't like him, that she can't be with him. Because I have to be, and that's smart. Because some women like, I don't care if my kids don't like so and so, I'm gonna force them. We're gonna wait for it to get better. We're gonna no. If your kids don't like the person, sometimes that you don't know the person. It's not as if mommy dating somebody out in the world who we don't know yet, and mommy know him, but we don't, and we don't like him. You don't know him yet. Like in real life, when your parent is dating somebody, you may not like that person because your parent is still getting to know them. But I don't want my parent dating somebody in prison, and then once they get out of prison, they move in with us. I'm like, Mama, you ain't seen that man in life. Why is he moving in with us? That don't make no sense. Just stupid. Okay. Now she also brings up how she's only been in abusive relationships. Okay. Her whole life, all of them have been that way. And she said people have also taken advantage of her because she's deaf. Now I'm like, I don't know what she mean. Not only her boyfriends have done that, but also just people in general because she's deaf. And that's fucked up. Okay, but at least she know now I don't want that no more. I don't want that no more. Okay. Now she also brings up how she's scared to have sex. Okay. Because of all these past abusive situations, she's scared to have sex. She's not told Mikey that she's scared to have sex. She's not told Mikey about all her past abusive relationships at all. So he don't know none of this, okay? And so she hopes, she's like, I didn't want to push him away. And so she hopes he'll be patient with her. Now, this is my thing. If this whole time y'all been talking via prison, and you've been like, I like you, I want to do it to you. If you have been talking sexually with that man and promising that man some cooch, in my opinion, you can't promise somebody cooch and then surprise, I don't get no cooch. Surprise, I've really been in a relationship. Because some people don't know how to handle people with trauma. And he may not know how to handle somebody who has past trauma. Not saying that she has to give it up. I'm not saying that. All I'm saying is that you have to be honest with people while getting to know them. You can't be around here like lying, basically. And making them feel like you feel one kind of way when you feel another kind of way. That's called deception. Deception get people in prison. Anyway, so he got in prison. They all lovey-dovey. Okay, he's happy. She's like, oh my God, oh my God. I'm not gonna, girl, I almost just put up finger signs, but I'm not gonna do it because that's rude. You can't do it. I feel like if you do fake sign language, it's as if you're mocking someone's accent who has an accent. So I got caught myself. Not today, partner. Anyway, Mikey talked about how he has a long history of getting in trouble since he was a kid. He was always hanging out with other people who got in trouble, so then he got in trouble, okay? And the last time he got in trouble, he was in prison. Okay. And he's like, I'm now out of jail. He was sentenced to 14 years for like robbery or whatever. Well, it was a random, what was it? Was it robbery? I forgot. What was he in jail for? Criminal mischief, receiving so it was a stolen car. He had a stolen car, and so that or whatever. He got 14 years because of his long history of prison stuff. He did like 4 years, but he has 6.5 years left on parole. 6.5 years on parole for somebody who was always in trouble. He better hope he can get on the right path. He said, I knew Chelsea was the one. Because when I had a stroke in prison, she stayed by my side on the outside. She was very concerned about me. She worried about me. I knew she was the one because she was worried about me and my health. And she never left my side, even though I was in prison. So I would never leave her side. Out here, we are Bonnie and Clyde. I'm like, don't do the ride and die. Okay. He had like a ring on or whatever, and she looked at the ring and he said, no, keep it. Keep it. That's my promise ring to you. I was like, sir, promise for what? Promise for what? Well, no, the prison photos. So the prison photos they used of them people be from when they got arrested. Sometimes from when they got arrested, or they'll take their current picture and put them in, a prison jumpsuit. But some of these folks' pictures be from when they got arrested, i.e., our next person. This is for Joy Nomi. Is it Joy Nomi? I think it's Joy Nomi. Joy Nomi in red. That's red when he got arrested a long time ago. So they use their old, they use either an old prison picture or they put a new picture of them in a jumpsuit. It just kind of depends, okay? But this Joy Nomi, who's 29, she's a medical assistant, and Red is 30. He was in jail for 10 years for first-degree robbery. I was like, I was like, look, every season we get a plus-size person in the dude. Okay? Every season. Now, I want to see how much attention this lady gonna get. Because last season we had Monique and Derek. So let's see if they get the same attention as before. Okay. So first of all, Joy Nomi has a 3-year-old son. She's full Navajo. Grew up on a reservation. Okay. And I was like, I guess. This, when you just see the delusion and you like, this not going to end well. This is going to be a bunch of foolishness and I can feel it in my bones. So she met Red 7 years ago. Like I told her, he's been in jail for 10, again, he has been in jail for 10 years. Okay, 10. But again, she met him 7 years ago. Okay. I was talking to people on Facebook. I like talking to folks on Facebook. Okay, I was talking to one guy named Darren. Darren knew Red from prison, and Darren gave Red my number. And I was like, she was talking to one man on social media who then gave your number to another man, in the prison. Okay, cool. Anyway, so again, that was 7 years. Okay. Now, in the last 7 years, he said, via jail call, that they have never seen each other. And I think he meant in person. So meaning she ain't never visited him in the past 7 years. Now he said he's also on visitor restriction. I'm like, what does he do? What is happening? What kind of shit you do where you are in prison? So in 7 years you have been on visitor restriction. What did you do? Anyway, okay. I haven't heard any. Look, I haven't heard nothing. The only thing we know is that one person on the show is deceased. I don't know if anybody's married. I don't look ahead. I discuss only what we know on the show, so I don't know if they're married or not. What we know is right now he in prison and she's a fool. Okay. But again, they have not saw each other in person. But she do say, well, I've sent them like videos of myself because y'all know on the prison thing now it's real technology. It's not technology. You can send them like little videos on their little tablet. You can send them like little pictures. It's like the people in prison now have iPads, and so you can send them things via the iPad. Okay, a little picture, little video, little letter, and all those things. Okay, so I've sent him videos of me before, so we have that. Okay, now she then said that she's never had sex with a boyfriend. I was like, but you got a baby. I said, but you got a baby. I said, wait, what? She's like, I've never had sex with a boyfriend. She's like, I've only had like one night stands. I said, one night stands? I have a lot of online relationships because I'm very shy, but I like attention. So I like to date multiple people on social media, whatever. And so I get multiple good morning texts. I get multiple like attention from people. I'm like, man, it's stupid. It's dumb. Okay. I don't understand it. And then she said, Red getting out on Fridays and he coming to live with me. I'm like, what? A man who's been in prison 10 years, you've never seen him in person, have never visited him in person. And it's going to be a big change for me. I was like, I can't. So her sisters come over there. What are the sisters? I got them too. These are sisters. Okay. And the sisters like, girl, what is you doing? They have never seen her in a relationship. So they're like, we don't know how Red gonna react to her being with her. It's weird. This is a whole weird situation because you've never had sex with a boyfriend. You met this man on Facebook through another man you was talking to on social media. You want him to come live with you and your 3-year-old son in your little trailer park or whatever. And share a room. Now, because I'm like, where did the kid come from? Because you ain't there. I'm like, is it an adopted kid? I don't know. And she then said, so she cheated on Red 4 years ago. I'm like, okay, cool. And that she got pregnant when she cheated with somebody. Okay. The birth father don't know the son even exists. So she banged somebody real fast, cheating. And I'm like, how you cheat on somebody you ain't never? I'm gonna that baby. Okay. But again, she cheated, got pregnant. The birth father, she never told him she was pregnant, nothing. Because Red said he wanted to be the father. So somebody you ain't never met, who was in prison, you've never had any sexual relationship, you've never even went to visit him. He ain't never even seen the kid, nothing. Okay. You want him to be, okay, cool. Look, all I'm saying is some things sound dumb. Okay, because he can want to be a stepfather and the daddy can still be the daddy. I'm like, why does the daddy a piece of shit? And then her and her sister, one of the sisters, goes to a pawn shop. I'm like, why they in a pawn shop? I'm like, they got pawn shops on the reservation? Okay. I didn't know. But, so they go to a pawn shop because, again, Red is getting out in like 5 days, okay? And she has to travel to Missouri to get him from prison. And she don't have the money to do it because then she's a medical assistant, okay? And so she's pawning like jewelry from her family that they've given her, like some, Native American Navajo blanket. I don't know. But she's at a pawn shop pawning these things, okay? Because I need $500. I need $500 to get to him. I don't have it right now. I need that money, Nate. And so she's pawning. And this is like, grandma gave you those bracelets. Like, those were passed down from the family, and you're pawning it for him. Like, you don't even know this man. Like, what is you doing? I'm like, well, pawning do mean, I think when you pawn something, you have time to go back and get it back. But I'm like, if you don't have $500 to travel to get him from prison, we gonna be stuck. You got a child. And she gets the $500 from the people. Okay. And I was like, that is so stupid. And the sister's like, oh, I can't believe she doing this. She then say, in the last 7 years, she spent more than $40,000 on him. Okay. I'm a medical assistant. When I get my paycheck, I send him some money. When I would get my tax refund, I would send him some money. I would borrow money from people. I would not pay my phone bill. I would not maybe pay my internet bill or whatever to send him money. I'm like, bitch, so you out here, girl, good time in it? Take it in a child line? And I feel like, was what she gave them worth more than $500, and they lowball her? Like, yeah, take a little $5. Take a little $5. Okay, it's fine. Because you can't, if you here pawning it, you probably won't be able to afford to come get it back. I'm gonna leave that be. And anybody who puts themselves and their child into debt, okay, into debt, is delusional. Because if you don't have money to get to Missouri, do you have money in life? And that's in the place where she lived. I'm not saying, is it whatever, but I'm like, ma'am, you in a 2-bedroom, trailer. It's real small in there. So clearly, you don't have that much money in general. So the fact that you spent $40,000 over several years on this man, when that money could have been used to, I don't know, get a better place to live with your child, a better place on the reservation. It just doesn't make any sense. Delusion is the river next to denial. You hear me? Anyway, we're gonna see what, but she just look. She's fucking even if this works out, what she's put up with, and the fact that she sometimes goes without for somebody she don't know, is dumb to me. And again, I want him to be a father to my child because he wants to be the daddy. That man don't know that kid. And when he said, when I get out, I'm gonna talk to her because I'm saying, she cheated on me and had a kid, and like, we have to have a conversation. I'm like, the conversation would be, somebody put a penis in a vagina and the baby was born. What else did this girl? Anyway, we'll see what happens with this later. Andy and Brittany. Now, I don't know if Andy can't read. Andy was a cop. Andy wasn't a good cop. And you can't tell me Andy was a good cop that solved crimes, that, helped people do things who did not know. Because Andy can't read the writing on the wall. Andy can't read the writing on the wall that I can see clearly. I can see clearly now the rain is gone. Brittany been out of prison for 9 hours. Okay, they went to her child's birthday party where he had to sit outside for a couple hours. And he like, we were just sitting here, I'm happy she was able to spend time with her kid. We were just sitting here bored as fuck, okay? And so, but Brittany said how she's happy that she got time with her kids by herself or whatever. The kids are happy. Her daughter Lynn leaves. The daughter like, I don't like none of y'all. I gotta go. Okay, her daughter left, whatever. So now she's with Andy and the son. She think the plan was supposed to be we're gonna pick her up and we're gonna go do a couple things and go home because they live in a different city. She then says, because they didn't all that then went out the window. Hey, I'm so tired. It's been a long day. You know what I'm saying? Things did not go as planned. I'm just so tired. Do you think instead of driving home, we can just get a hotel here and stay another night? And he was like, well, I'm tired too. Yeah, but that wasn't the plan. You was like, we were waiting here. You want to stay here another day? He was like, yeah, I can take this to the hotel. Oh, okay, sure. Bad cop. Bad cop. Bad cop. Nothing seems like it's going the way it's supposed to go. And she's sketchy. She's sketchy. Okay. So they go, there's only one hotel like around or whatever. And my thing is, his money seemed funny. And I feel like everybody may not have, the money to out the blue pay for more hotels, because some hotels can be like a couple $100. And if all you have in your account is $1,000 and you not have to spend $400 on hotel rooms or whatever, it may be some B of the S. Okay. So they go to the hotel and Andy gets 2 rooms, one for his son and then one for them to share. Because again, we're a couple. I should get 3 rooms. I'm gonna get 2. Now he got their room had double beds. Okay, double beds or whatever. And Andy wanted to have sex. And because while she was in prison, that's when you talk to someone for whatever amount of time, yeah, when we get out, we can have sex. I want to be with you. You know what I'm saying? So he's under the impression that they're a couple. We're going to be living together. It's going to be a whole thing, and now we haven't been alone since she's gotten out. We're going to be alone now. And, we can have sex. Brittany does not want Andy. She does not want Andy at all. And I feel like she's been planting little nuggets like, oh, I'm so tired. It's been such a long day. She's been saying things so that he won't try to have sex with her. Okay, I'm tired. Oh my God, I don't feel like going. I think she felt if we go to the house, you know what I'm saying, he may really want some sex. Okay, but she does not want to be with him. She want to ride. He's an Uber. And she's like, it's very awkward. This is awkward with us. And even though in prison we were like lovey-dovey, but now it's awkward. I don't know what to do. Okay. And they get into the hotel room or whatever. She's like, all right, I'm gonna go take a shower. I'm so tired. They're double beds. I'm tired. So Andy then puts a do not disturb thing on the door. And I'm like, sir, you don't need that. Not for sex. Anyway, so the following day, they both say how things are odd. So the following day, they now at least slept in the same room, and they both are saying how things are odd, but from 2 different perspectives. Andy feel like it's just awkward because it's their first time being around each other, so it's regular awkwardness. But we like each other. We want to be together because that's been the plan since she was in prison. Okay. Brittany is like disgusted with him. keep trying to kiss me and hug and touch. She's talking. She's not saying, oh, this is a little awkward. It's so new, but it's so awkward. Like, it was awkward. Like, he was trying to kiss me and hug me and like touch me. You know what I'm saying? She talked like somebody who thinks, you know, I like him is touching me. Don't touch me. No, you know what I'm saying? Go on, Roger. It was that. And I'm like, Andy, he not seeing none of this shit. He's like, this is live. I was like, Andy, pay attention. Pay attention. So now they're packing up to leave the drive to wherever they said or whatever. And her daughter calls. You know, she talked to the daughter. Her and daughter have a very weird relationship because the daughter is triggered because her mama was a drug addict, always getting in trouble. And she has many triggers because of things her mom has done in the past. When her mom says stuff like, well, you know, I'll always come back. That's a trigger for her. So she feel like, mama, you always do the same thing. You get out and you kind of just do whatever you want to do. I feel like the daughter knows Brittany is scamming Andy. I feel like in some way she said, I'm just going to use him a little bit for some money or whatever. And then I'm going to get on my feet, but I'm going to leave him. So I think, in a way, she feel like her mom was saying, I have to leave a little bit to be with him to get some money, to get some things. But, I'll always come back. And that's a trigger for the daughter. But she don't want to say that. That's just my opinion. Okay? My opinion. Because she's like, Mom, I can't do that. I can't. Yeah, I can't. I can't allow you to like trigger me and blah, 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 blah. And Brittany feel like my family always like waiting for me to fuck up. They just expect me to do it, so they're just waiting for it to happen. It's just so hard for me. And I'm like, ma'am, you've been out of jail for one day. One day. That's it. And she tried to fit so much stuff into one day and kind of use everyone around her to get it done. And now people who feel like, well, I deserve this and I deserve that, she don't want to live up to what she's promised these people, what she promised Andy, what she promised her daughter, what she promised her other kids. She now can't live up to any of that because I'm out now. What am I supposed to do? I don't know what to do. Andy wants my cooch. My daughter wants my time. I want some drugs. I don't know what to do. Okay. And a part of me feel like she's scamming. She's scamming. But Andy should know better. But he don't. And that's on him. Okay. So we shall see what happens next. Now let's get to Louis and Melissa. Okay. I was like, there's always a mama's boy or mama's a daddy's boy, but outside that in the bunch. Okay, now we know Melissa 39, she's a mail carrier and a bartender. And Louis is 41. He did 10 years for armed robbery. Okay. So Melissa, this man, his mama. The mama messy. Messy ass mama. She is overbearing. It's the weird, I love my son love me, and I want them to be together, but only with me. It's weird, okay? Now they're leaving from the prison, going back to the mama's house because they used to all stay in Georgia, but she now lives in Jersey. But she's come to Georgia to, get with him, and she's gonna be there for like 5 days, I think. You know what I'm saying? So it's just crazy or whatever. So they're riding back to the mama's house when you're gonna be staying there or whatever. And he like, yeah, I gotta go meet her on PO. Now the mama like, well, I should go with you. I should go too. Because you won't tell me what all they're gonna say. And I'm like, what? He's 41 years old. And I love the fact that Louis said, Mama, cut the shit. No, but out. No. I am a 40-year-old man, and if I can't do this on my own, what am I gonna do? You know what I'm saying? His point was, you have to allow me. This is sometimes, not all the time, sometimes. Parents are so busy trying to help their child, they're hindering their child. When your child keeps getting in trouble and you keep fixing it and being the fixer, they have no idea how to be an adult. They have no idea how to survive in life. And he said, I'm 40 now. If I can't do this on my own, how will I make it in life? Because mama not going to be here forever. So I like that he said, mama, no. Hell no, stop it. And when Melissa said, yeah, don't say anything. You stay out of this, Missy. I'm like, again, you mean and rude for no reason. Because all she did was agree with Louis. And saying, yes, let him be an adult. And when he said, look, being in prison is easy. You have no responsibilities in prison. But getting out of prison, you got to get a job, pay rent. Like you have things you have to do. And I have to learn to do all this shit. Because if not, I will end up back in prison. So I had to learn to be responsible. Okay, I had to learn to get my life together. And at least he's sounding like he wants to be a responsible adult now. Because he's not on drugs anymore or whatever. So they get to mama's house, and now they want to go have sex. And they know they can't bang in his mama's house, okay? In the house he was raised in or whatever. And so, he like, I really want to go somewhere else, okay? He also brings up how, like, being back in the house, it just reminds him of yesteryear. It reminds him of being in the house, calling his dealer or whatever. Hey, bring me some drugs. Bring me some stuff. So it's scared because he's like, I'm now scared to get high. I used to do that and I don't want to do that no more. So being here, and sometimes people don't get, when you are a drug addict, when you put yourself back in familiar situations, it makes you go do the same things. And he's like, I just want to move to Jersey with Melissa, away from mama, and even that away from the known drug people here. I can get away and leave and be in Jersey. Okay, I want to fresh start in Georgia. I'll fresh start out of Georgia with Melissa. So he wants to be with her. Okay. And they want to go to a hotel. But the mama wants him to stay at the house. Okay. And they sit at the table, eat dinner, whatever. He's like, look, Mom, you got to stop being hostile towards Melissa. You got to stop it. Okay. I feel like you're hostile towards her. I know it's always been just me and you. So it's like you are acting out because you want all my attention, and I don't know why. Like it's that she's not trying to be my mom. You said she's my girl or whatever. And then the mama said, "Well, yeah, that's true. It's been your whole life, though. Your whole life, it's just been me and you. And, just, I've always taken care of you." And you said, and Melissa's pushing me away. He's like, no, she's not doing that. You're acting like she is, but she isn't. It's a different thing, okay? And when the mama's like, well, I already lost my dad and now I'm losing you. I'm like, bitch, that's your son. I'm like, what do you mean? Like, she really treats him like, I'm your girlfriend. You are the man of my life. And you having any other woman is against me. And I'm like, you can't do that with your son. That's nasty. That's weird. That's creepy. But the mom is admitting, I have been mean to her. I have been hostile with her. I do feel like she's pushed me out. And Lou like, but that ain't you tripping. That ain't what it is. Because she ain't did shit to you, but you're being that way towards her. And in my opinion, the mama is a reason, not the, but a reason he is down the path he is. Because if this is how she treats him, he, to me, has always been trying to search for some kind of independence. And she feel like, okay, as long as he's out here fucking up, he has a reason to need me. So he'll fuck up and I'll just help him. I'll always help him. I'll always, and it's been a repetitive cycle. But when he said, look, you're not losing me. Okay, I'm better this time. I'm very much so better this time than I've ever been before. I've been clean the past 5 years, using until I just use more and more and more and more. And I had chances to fuck up in prison and use and be high and come out and be whatever. And I chose to be different this time. I'm different this time. I've made a choice to not do the same shit. And you need to let me be. I'm different. You ain't losing me. Okay. And Melissa only here for 5 days. So you have to be okay and let me and her be together. Well, maybe. I'm like, bitch, maybe. Y'all saw that movie called Throw Mama from the Train? Throw Mama from the Train. Throw her ass over there. Because it's not Melissa. Like we've seen stuff where you will see the girlfriend trying to be mean to the mom. We've seen that before, but that ain't what's happening here. She is happy. Her high school crush finally likes her and wants to be with her, and she's happy to be with him. And the mama feel like, this bitch is stealing my man. I can't allow it to happen. And it's like, cut it out. Okay. So he then said, well, Mom, we want to go to the hotel. We're not going there tonight. Because it's the first night they want to bang. And, we going to leave. Well, no, you shouldn't do that because you don't know what your PO going to say. I'm like, first of all, unless the PO has, this is the rules. When you get out of prison, if they have not given you rules to follow, say, hey, you can't go anywhere except this place, they can't arrest you for doing something that was not a stipulation of your parole. Like the fact that he has to live at the mama house is fine. That does not mean he's on home confinement. That does not mean he's on house arrest. That does not mean he can't go to a hotel with his girlfriend his first night out. Well, no, you may get in trouble. You may not do the right thing. I'm like, he going to fuck. That's all. Bang it on out. Maybe drink some champagne. He ain't going to get no trouble. He want to have sex with that lady, and she wants to have sex with him. And the fact that the mama, no, you're not going anywhere. You sleep on the couch, Melissa. Louis, you could be in your room. And I said what I said. No one's going anywhere. You're not leaving. I am the law. And I was like, ma'am, sit your ass down somewhere. You hear me? And she then put the cover and blankets and shit on the couch. Here, Melissa, go to the couch. Tuck this nigga in. Nah, nigga. Tucked him in bed, okay? And then mom went to bed. I'm like, well, mama go to sleep. We leaving. We out. Because she's making it seem as if you leave, your PO will come. They can pop up. I'm like, bitch, that ain't how it go. Hey, that ain't how it go. And the mama is insane. He need to escape his mama to stay clean. The mama, she probably drive him crazy. That's why he using drugs. Foolishness. Don't go in. You can't go anywhere. You can't go to a hotel. Your parole officer will call and looking for you, and you'll go back to jail. I'm like, that ain't what happened. That's not every prisoner who get out of prison, unless they are told, hey, you are on house arrest, go to the house. You're going to be fitted for a tether. Don't leave. You go where you go. But when you're just released from prison and you're living somewhere, that does not mean you can't go other places. He's not going to go live at a hotel. He's going to go for a night or two and fuck his girlfriend. The mama's crazy. Delusional. Insane. Okay? Y'all, take a little quick second for a little break. Little break. Okay. Let's move on to Brittany and Key Rock. Something about Key Rock still don't sit well with me. And I don't know if it's because Key Rock seems like he is overbearing. I don't know if it's because Key Rock seems like he be on some bullshit, like he wants to be controlling. But it's young love. 23, 25 years old, young folk around here with the foolishness. Okay. But Key Rock is home. He's out. They at the house with the family eating food. Then it's I did love seeing the family dynamic. Seeing Key Rock, like I just miss my mom's cooking. Seeing the mama, her boyfriend, his siblings. Just happy that he's home, and that was great. But like seeing him like rush Brittany to make his play, I'm like, bitch, make your own play. Well, you know what I'm saying? And I almost feel like it's everybody being accepting of his behaviors because they're just happy that he is finally feeling like himself. So they're ignoring little itty bitty things because they're just happy that he's finally happy in his body. You know what I'm saying? And the mom, like, I just felt like the prison saved him. You know what I'm saying? The prison saved his life. That if he did not get locked up, he might not be here. You know what I'm saying? Who knows what would have happened? So the mom even accepting Key Rock as her son, being happy that he is who he is, but also realizing he had to go to prison. Had to go to prison because if not, it would have been on some bullshit. Okay. So that's great. They gave him a cigar, which he smoked for the first time. The food he like. They're like, why you eating like that? Like, why you eating like that? You know what I'm saying? People in prison do eat a certain way. It's weird, not weird, but they have a rushed way of eating because who wants their food? So it's like you're not in prison no more. You don't have to. You don't have to scrap your food down or whatever. Fine. Brittany, like, I just love the fact that his family accepts him. I wish my family could do that for me or whatever. Because her family ain't like that. So, we have that dynamic. Now, they get to the hotel, right? Honey, Brittany, what is gifts at? Brittany got all these gifts for this man. Okay, Brittany up here. Now, Brittany was opening the gifts for him. Here's a wallet. Here's a new watch. And so it's like, she said she spent about $4,000 on him. I'm like, not $4,000. But as she said, I've been saving up. I'm saying I wanted him to come on and just have some new things. I'm like, some little loafers, some little Louis Vuitton loafers. Okay. It was cute. But still, but a part of me still feel like Key Rock is not emotionally mature enough yet to really be in a relationship. And I'm like, we already see little nicks at this shit right here. Because being together in prison is one thing. And that's like they met in prison but was able to like spend time together in prison together. You know what I'm saying? And then once they were like transferred or whatever, then became more, long distance or whatnot. But at least they spent some time together in prison. But still, being in prison with somebody and being on the outside is a little bit different. So this is our first real night together. Before, like in prison, it was rushed. We had to look out for, the cops or whatever. This is our first real day, night, together as boyfriend, girlfriend. Okay. She brought up how they had not had sex in 2 years, and even that was in prison. And I'm like, so I'm messy because I'm like, so in prison, like I'm like, is Key Rock a touch me not? Like, does Key Rock, like his cooch to be played? I don't know, because I feel like when you trans, I don't know. So I was like, what was it like? What happened? Okay. So of course they want to have sex. And I'm like this Key Rock, like the Key Rock say, hey, give me a strap on. The Key Rock asked Brittany, hey, I want you to get a strap on because I want to put one on for you. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, I just wonder what happened. I really wonder what their sex is like. I wonder. I don't know. I don't know. You know, there are different types of lesbians, trans. You know, it's all whatever. But I'm like, you know, did she say, hey, babe, do you want me to get you a strap on to put on? No, because what is our first night gonna be like? Like, I'm like, what? Like, what's in that box? You know, is it shoes? It could be shoes, or it could be a strap on. I don't know, but I wondered. I did anyway. So next morning, I wake up next morning, and they're happy together, and she's like, you know, it's so different. You know, he's like, yeah, good, different. She's like, yeah, but it's just different. And when she said, she was like, you know, we had that whole relationship in prison, and we never had like any like memories, like any photos from that time of us together. And so now that we're together, it's just different. You know, that was true. So Key Rock has to go see his PO. Now it said in an hour. We have an hour to get to the PO, and they're running late. Okay, running late or whatever. However, she like, okay, we gotta go, whatever. Like, babe, don't worry about that. Just throw it on the back, let's go. So they driving, and he's like rushing her, like, oh, drive faster. You and she like, you act like I ain't never been like to a PO before. Like, what do you mean? Like, stop talking to me like as if I don't know the importance of getting there on time. Okay, I'm gonna get there. I'm not driving, and just seeing them bicker. I was like, ooh, young puppy love, young attitudes. You know what I'm saying? Young newness. Because they both were like snapping, but I felt like it's because Key Rock was talking to Brittany as if she wasn't concerned enough with getting him to the PO. And I'm like, well, if you wasn't, why would you not? Like, baby, we have to go. Like, you should have been stressing how important it was if you felt like, because it's your PO stuff, not hers. So they get there, okay, and he go up in there, whatever, and then he calls her. He said, you know, why you bring me here? And she said, because you told me like whatever county thing. He's like, no, I have to go to a different office. And she was like, well, I'm like, how the fuck was she supposed to know? So it made me mad that he called her mad at her because she didn't take him to the right PO office. I'm like, you should have been the one who knew where you had to go. Like, I get she driving, cool. But how you mad at her because you did not know where you was going? It's your PO office. And she said, well, you said like here in Michigan, if someone say Wayne County, I gotta go to Wayne County, whatever. Okay, Wayne County. I'm gonna take you to Wayne County. If you're supposed to be in Oakland County, that's a whole different thing. But you should know where you have to go, and you can't put her. So that made me mad. I'm like, see, that's that bullshit. Where I feel like Key Rock expects her to be a fucking genie and do what he thinks she should do, but based on what he think, not what she think. Like, she supposed to be a mind reader. And I'm like, how? So that made me mad. Okay. And I can't even imagine once EB ass come around here and get involved. Honey, stupid. Dumb. So it made me mad that he was upset. Like, why would you bring me here? I didn't say this. And she was like, the fuck? How the fuck am I in trouble? How you pissed off at me? I done spent $4,000 on you already. Okay. I got you some new Lucci. Some new, well, maybe Lucci. Some new Lucci loafers. A new watch, and you fussing at me because you know, somewhere different. That's dumb. And they were 10 minutes early for the thing. So y'all may have time to get somewhere else. And if y'all tell them, hey, we went to the wrong location, it should not be horrible, but don't blame her. Made me mad. Now, lastly, and I always save Renika and Asante for last because I feel like it's really unfortunate that Asante passed away. Like, right, I think the week the show aired, like the week before this season aired, he passed away. So, that's already like a sad situation. So I saved them for last so that folk won't be in the comment section like, oh my God, he's dead. And you never want to speak ill of the dead, but I'm reviewing the show. And he was on the show. So I saved them for last for that reason. You know what I'm saying? The show was fully filmed before he passed away. The show was in, promotion before he passed away. Asante passed away literally the same week this season premiered. So he was aware of his stuff on the show. He lived it. And while we are aware that he unfortunately he passed away in a car accident, we're going to still discuss the show from the point of when he was alive. You hear me? So, honey, Renika is sitting with this PI. Renika, her friend, with the PI. Okay, the PI dude, because we know Asante got out of jail, and that night, after he and Renika had sex, in the middle of the night, he left. Cameras caught him leaving the house, and getting into a car, and he's been gone since then. Okay. So she got a PI, a friend, a PI, whatever, and the PI dude called him auntie girlfriend. Now, I'm auntie girlfriend because the lady he said the lady was auntie. The girl said she's girlfriend, auntie girlfriend. So auntie girlfriend answered the phone from the PI. Now the PI called and was acting like he worked at the front desk. Now I said in my mind, if you at a hotel, why would the front desk call your cell phone and not call the hotel phone? Okay, that's part one. But again, some folk maybe you won't be thinking, you think, oh, they got my number on file, so they call my phone. Boom. So it's like, hey, I'm calling to find out, like, are you checking out tonight or tomorrow? Like the paperwork, like, it's kind of confusing or whatever. She's like, I'm checking out on March 1st. Oh, okay. Yeah, because like it said like 2/11, but I didn't know, like I couldn't read it. So I'm like, this was in February, I'm assuming. So again, like, okay, yeah, do you need anything? Yeah, like we need like some towels and like, like some rags, you know what I'm saying? And like some sheets. Okay, so for two people or for one, you need towels for two or for one? No, two. Yeah, if it's two. Okay. I'm like, girl, what is you doing? What is you doing? Oh Lord, look, no one can ever call me on my cell phone asking me what I need at a hotel. Call me on the hotel phone. It should ring from the desk. Okay, I'll leave that be. But again, she's like, yeah, I need for two people or whatever. Blah 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 blah. Even when he was asking, like, okay, so like, so you okay? Is your guest okay too? Yeah, he's fine. He's fine. So I'm like, oh, okay. I do think at that point she's like, oh, this is weird. It's the cell phone. What's going on? I don't know. But I'm like, at that point, you had already answered the question, you know what I'm saying, that was being whatever. And if you with somebody who's fresh out of prison and someone's asking you about the person or whoever you're with, you're not supposed to say shit. I'm like, she dumb already. Okay. So they know, okay, they together, they there, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Renika, like, this is, I can't believe he's a liar. Like, he's been lying. Is he even from Atlanta? The PI said, no, he's from North Georgia. She's like, but that's like Atlanta. He's like, no, that's like up in the mountains. So that's not Atlanta. No, he's not from Atlanta. I was like, So clearly, Asante has been lying just in general. In general, he's been lying. But that's what happens when you meet people in prison who don't know shit. Okay, so the PI then say at this point, okay, look, you have two options. Like, I can put a tail on them. I can follow and see what's going on. But I can also call folk I know, and the bond, since the bond is in your name, you can get it revoked and get the money back, and then he'll go back to jail. You know what I'm saying? So, do both. Do both, okay? Because he thought he was playing me. He ain't playing me. I got him. I'm like, man, you don't. He played you. He did. He did. Even though you are not aware he on some bullshit, at the end of the day, he fully played you. Okay. He then said, hey, we can go to this hotel to look and see what's going on or whatever. You can come with me, Renika, but I need you to not get out the car and be acting crazy. You know what I'm saying? Because some folks see shit and they get pissed off. You can't do that. Not today. Cool. Okay. We then see the PI, because they're like, the PI talking to production. He got a text message from Auntie Girlfriend, okay, who saying, I know you were on my phone. I know what you did or whatever. I am 10 steps ahead of you, okay? And I said what I said, like, leave me alone, and where we was, we ain't there no more, whatever. And so where I'm at, they don't even bring you sheets. I said, girl, when she said where I'm at, they don't bring you sheets. I said, you at the motel? At the motel? Girl. But again, Auntie Girlfriend said, I know what y'all up to. I know it now. You know, you playing on my phone or whatever. Okay. And so leave me alone, leave me be. We then at the same time, Renika get a call from Asante. And so you up here on some bullshit. He said, man, I'm out here trying to get my license and get my birth certificate. No, my license and my social security card. Okay. Well, that's what I'm doing. Okay. Just shut up and listen. I'm like, girl, no. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. Okay. Asante full of shit. May he rest in peace. But at this one time, he was alive, he's full of shit because he's saying he's doing things, but he's the fact that you're not talking to, responding to Renika when y'all own this show together. The fuck? Because you also, I put my life on hold for you, okay? And what do you doing that have to do with you lying to me? And this is I put my life on hold for you, and you can't sit still for me. And I'm like, he's been gone for over a day at this point. You know what I'm saying? He's been gone long enough for her to find the PI to investigate shit. So even if he's somewhere trying to do something, why are you doing it without her? And when she said, you made sure I picked your bitch ass up and had me spending money on you, and then you dipped. He didn't hook up on her. Okay. So she calls him back and he answers, and she's still going like, you ain't shit. I ain't none of these hoes. I'm like, nigga, kind of like, you talking all this shit on the phone, man. For what? For what? He said, you want some goofy shit. I'm saying, this shut the fuck up. And I was like, girl, then her battery died. I'm like, why your phone ain't charged, man? Why your phone not charged? And the whole time the PI like, oh, I love this shit. Oh, I love it. It reminds me of my days at the bounty hunter. When stuff just happened all at once. And I was like, sir, because it was first a text message, then that's how they call it. Everything like it just happened because once he called the girl phone and they figured out, oh, this in the hotel. Because they called you on yourself, and the number came up, but the number did not come up at the hotel. And as she said, the hotel we at, the motel we at, don't bring you sheets and towels. They don't do any of that because it's a motel. It's a cheap place at all. Because any hotel bring you towels and sheets. Okay. And the PI, like, because we called her, it put all this other shit in motion. And that's usually what happens in bounty hunting. When they feel like, oh, they own us, stuff starts happening. And I was like, child, Renika's still finna go to this hotel with this man and see if Asante there. Now, this is a gotcha. Asante at least did a confessional. Okay. So I feel like, did he do like one confessional scene and then just disappeared? Will we see him at all the rest of the show? But this is insane. Completely insane. Now the gotcha is because that was the whole thing. I'm going to go to IG real fast and we're gonna be done because I don't follow anybody from her page. Anybody from these shows, I rarely ever follow them. That's just not what I do. Because I'm like, it's a one and done thing. I don't really care. They have to be like, I have to like them to want to follow them. So I don't follow anybody like their first season. But Renika, went to Asante's funeral services. And when somebody told me last week how she was around there, she showed up and showed out. Okay. Show up and showed out. And see, my heart will never be the same. You taught me how to love myself and not to be afraid to transition in life. I love you forever, Juwop. Praying for better days. Honey, I'm like, she's in all white. I'm like, oh, she really like, videotaped and recorded and half was recording her at the service, posing for, and I know people pose for pictures at this or whatever, but I was like, girl, so I feel like, does this mean in some way or the other that they were together for a little bit of a minute? Because if my person died, you can't be out there in all white at the funeral, at the casket. You can't. Not on my watch. No, ma'am. And again, this was September 12th, so last month. And I just like it's a who let her pose for the pictures? So a part of me feel like, well, that at least mean they were together. Now she also posted this. This is a collage of all the time they were talking while he was in prison. The whole prison shit. But I'm like, ma'am, if you don't have not damn photos, if y'all out of prison, I still feel like he scammed you. And you feel like the time y'all dated while he was locked up, was a thing or whatever. But I'm like, she just, it's her, in my opinion, trying to prove they were together. But I'm like, us seeing how much he played you on the show, it aggravates me. It aggravates me because I just feel like he played you. Now, maybe in the upcoming season, we'll see when he comes back around and he apologizes or whatever and all that and all this and all that. But I'm like, it should not be this difficult. It just should not be. And it's just weird to me. I don't understand it. Not at all. It is. I don't know. Anyway, we will see how the season progresses. Okay. But y'all, that is it. Again, I will be live at 5:30 today for Love in Huntsville. That's in that's in an hour. So come back at 5:30 Eastern time to do the Love in Huntsville review. But this was Love at the Lockup. These folks are crazy. Okay, these folks is spicy and for not the good reasons. Okay, but please make sure to like the video, comment in the comment section, share the video, follow me on social media at JayLeesCorner on IG, Twitter, and TikTok. And y'all know to subscribe. I will see y'all in an hour. I gotta go. Bye.